Okay, in truth, it's been a little while since I found myself doing one of these, so I am a little bit out of practice. But here we are. Hopefully, if I've done everything right, you should now be able to see my face, for better or for worse. If you're watching this live, if you're watching this on a replay, hello. My name is Stu. This is Stubo FM. The Twitch version of Stubo FM. I mainly do content on YouTube, and what we're going to be doing today is a Liverpool save, or continuing the Liverpool save I have already started. Yeah, hopefully if you're watching this in whatever form you watch it, whether it's on Twitch, a replay on Twitch, or even on YouTube, if I do end up uploading this onto YouTube. I haven't started recording it yet. In fact, I have. Have I done that? I don't know. I'm thinking, am I currently recording this as well? I am currently recording this. I don't know why I'm currently recording this, but I am. Well, there we go. I'm recording it, so it's probably going to end up on YouTube. It's been that long since I've recorded anything, or streamed anything. But yes, Stubo FM is the name, Football Manager is the game, Football Manager 26 to be precise, which I'm actually quite enjoying. I know quite a few people are not, but them's the breaks. So we're going to get on with the Liverpool save, which I started on YouTube. I have literally just uploaded a video explaining why this is moving over to Twitch. I won't go too much into detail with it. What I will explain very quickly is that this week I had a bereavement in the family. My granddad, he was a Birmingham City fan, so the YouTube save is going to be a Birmingham City save, which pains me a little bit. I'm an Aston Villa fan, don't know if you can see that down there, but yeah, it does pain me a little bit to make that decision. I'm a little bit facetious in that kind of regard, obviously. So we are going to be starting a Birmingham City save on YouTube. I'm actually going to change this to red because we are obviously playing with Liverpool today. So the Liverpool save is shifting from my YouTube channel over to yonder here, and hopefully we're going to have a lovely time. That's the plan. That is the plan. Whether we do or not is another matter. Again, it's been a while since I've streamed. I'm a little bit out of practice. If I am lucky enough that anyone joins the chat and has a bit of a conversation, I'm going to do my absolute best to keep up with everything as possible. I've got a chat thing on the side just here, and I've also got my phone down here so I can monitor what the stream looks like on the device as well. So we'll see how we go. But if you're watching and you're not currently following, drop a follow. Our YouTube channel, Stubo FM. Leave a subscribe over there if you want to. If you want to catch up with this save before you watch this stream, then obviously, you know, go ahead. We've just exited the summer transfer window. There's no progress that's been made other than a few games. So yeah, I think we'll leave the update there, and we'll dive in to the save. I don't know how long I'm going to stream tonight. It's probably not going to be that long. I have a work in the morning, so it'll probably be 11:30, something like that. So, but we're just here to chill and have a good time and have some rock music in the background, because why not? Right, enough of that nonsense. Let's get moved over and let's actually play some Football Manager, shall we? That feels like a plan to me. Again, I'm not my usual happy-go-lucky self today, so you know, it's been a bit of a week, so we're gonna just take things easy, have a bit of a chill. Anyone wants to have a chat or anything like that, you're more than welcome to. Any nonsense will be ignored, possibly removed, and yeah, do it, shall we? Let's just continue diving in and have some fun. We are here in Liverpool. Let's just start going forward now. I will quickly just explain my computer. It's not the best computer in the world. There might be issues. There might be issues. I think my music just had a bit of an issue then. I think while the game is actually going through, that's how much of an issue my computer has in everything. It does take a while to think about everything. It's an older computer. I am planning on upgrading. I just don't have the money to right at this moment. So the upgrade will come at some point. I need to dive back into all of the Twitch settings and get everything reset back up, because again, it has been a bit of a while since I've streamed. Not been very consistent, which is why I've moved the Liverpool save over to Twitch rather than do the Birmingham City save I'm going to do on here rather than YouTube. Because again, the Birmingham City save, although I'm a Aston Villa fan, quite a painful thing to think about, to be honest with you, doing a Birmingham City save in normal circumstances. But again, there is sentimentality attached to it. In terms of how the Liverpool save has gone so far, actually, I probably should update you on that, really, shouldn't I? I like this game, but I will say navigation is something I'm still getting used to a little bit. Premier League. There we go. So currently, as it stands, after 3 games, we are 4th in the Premier League. It said 1st in the Premier League there. And it says that that's the year, so, you know, bugs. There's still bugs in there. But that is the league table as things stand at the moment. We are 4th. We've played 3, 1, 2, and we have lost 1. That 1 game was actually against league leaders Arsenal. What I don't like, actually, is that I hover over it and it doesn't show me that. It would be quite nice if it still did that. But, you know, take the wins with the losses. If we go to fixtures and show you, it was a 1-0 loss against Arsenal. The first few games of the Premier League season have been great. In fact, just the season in general, because we did win the Community Shield, which obviously did not happen in real life for dear old Liverpool. But yeah, I mean, we beat Crystal Palace, we beat Bournemouth 6-0 on the opening day. That was lovely. That was absolutely delightful. And the 4-1 victory against Newcastle was very nice away from home. But the home loss against Arsenal did sting a little bit. So maybe we need to go back to the drawing board in some way, shape, and or form, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? I'm just making sure that my computer is keeping up to date with everything. It looks like it is, which is good. Again, I'm a little bit anxious because it's been a while since I've streamed, so I just want to make sure that everything is working as it should be. Yeah, it looks like it's absolutely fine. That's fine. I'm happy to kind of pause that for now. Back to that if I need to. But yes, so we're going to carry on and we're going to get through as much as we can. Start again. I'm not rushing. Not a night to rush. It's not a stream to rush. We're going to just mosey on through and have a bit of a chill. I know saying we'll have a bit of a chill is quite an amusing thing to say when we've got rock music in the background, which possibly might still pause like that in the background every now and then. Again, that's whenever my computer is going with continue from Football Manager. What I'm not getting used to on Football Manager, I will say, is the fact that whenever we click continue, whenever I press spacebar, it doesn't go to the next email, it goes straight to continue. And I know other people have brought that up. It's not a game changer for me, it's not a deal breaker for me, just something new to get used to. It might be something that when the full release comes out, it might have changed. Who knows? I've just declined something. I don't quite know what I've declined, but I've just declined something. It is what it is. Not the end of the world, I suppose. Close. I don't really want that up. Sorry, I'm just... got my stream open on my phone as well, just so I can keep an eye on it as well. Right, Bradley's injured. How badly he's injured? 3 weeks. That's not ideal because he's actually been a better right back so far than Frimpong, just in terms of how well he's been playing. By the way, tactic wise, this is what I've set up on. I did start with the diamonds, but I've actually changed it since the Arsenal game just because chances were a little bit of a difficulty. What I want to do is I want to get the best attacking potential out of Salah and the rest of the squad, and actually Chiesa, Ekitike, they can both play quite well as a striker, as can Gakpo, Isak and Salah, all strikers or players who can play as strikers. So for me, let's just go for strikers in that case. Let's just go for it. Why not? Let's have a bit of fun with it. Out of possession, we're doing that, so it's a little bit more contained. So the shape of the midfield and defence is the same. Gakpo will drop back to a wide midfielder who's going to be tracking, and then Salah's going to be the guy who stays up in an attack. We're not going to ask him to track back. Isak can do that. We've got Gravenberch is going to press. Szoboszlai's going to cover where Saka would normally be, and Endo is just going to do Endo things, basically. That's the plan. That is the plan. Right, let's carry on. We are getting to the international break, actually, which is a little bit annoying because we've got that to get through before we can get to an actual game. But you know what? It is what it is. Sure, we'll have fun with it. Sure, we'll have fun with it. Right, I need to address an injury. What injury was it? Leone. Okay. We'll leave it to the video. Again, we're in the international break, so it doesn't really matter at this point what happens. Doesn't matter in the slightest, in fact. So, carry on. Right. Curtis Jones is injured as well. 3 to 6 days again in international break. It's not the end of the world. Are we in the international break actually, or have I just made that up? I might have made that up. I've made that up. We're not in the international break yet. I've completely and utterly made that up. So ignore every single word that I've just said about it not mattering. It really does matter that we've got players who will not be available. It really does matter. Okay. So, injury to Bradley. Well, let's just remove him. And Jones was already out anyway because we'd filled the squad up anyway. Leone isn't going to be fit, I don't think, in time for the game against Burnley, which is here. So I'd put him on the bench as a defensive option, but we obviously can't do that. Not the end of the world. It's a shame that we couldn't get Ngumoa on loan somewhere, but it is what it is. Kakazi's going to start, as is Frimpong. Frimpong, is he going to start as a wing back? He's actually regressed quite a bit, hasn't he, since we started the season? He was a 3. I'm sure he was a 3-star at some point. Or he might have just been 2.5 star across the board, but now some of the positions have dropped down a bit. But we will give Kakaz a start, give Robertson a bit of a break. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that starting 11. I'm quite happy with it. I mean, the combined 11, when you look at everything, kind of looks like that. And that's kind of the shape that I would like us to have, to be honest. And it has worked in terms of having Saka up front. He has scored a fair few goals. Isak's done really well as well. I mean, having Isak, we want Isak to be kind of the main man in terms of striker because he's younger. And he's going to be around longer than Salah is. Now, in terms of this save, how long are we going to do? How many seasons? I mean, I don't know if we're going to do more than one, to be honest with you. This was more just, let's get playing. Let's get playing FM26 with a save. Haaland absolutely wrecking Man United there, by the way. Right, so, in terms of what we want to do today, upcoming match. I'll have a look at those in a minute. Let's have a look at the player instructions. So, Kyle, I'm not going to not press him. I'm not going to have us tackle him. He's a defender. I don't want to do that with the forwards. I'm happy to press Twanzebe. Cullen, what are you? You're a midfielder. We'll tackle him. Fine. David Brooks. I want us to do his weak foot. Fine. Tackle him. Fine. Hannibal. I'm not going to mark him. Tackle him. No. Then Chuna, we're gonna not mark him, tackle him. Ambrosia, who I can't believe hasn't got a face in the game, which is ridiculous. Weak foot, yeah, we'll do that. And then what are the other instructions they recommended? Leave that. Don't really want to do that. We'll leave that for the time being. We'll leave that as for now. Quite happy to leave everything else, to be honest with you. Right, that's going to be the 11. We are fully fit. Match sharpness is an issue with Isak at this moment. I don't quite know the reason why it is, because he's been playing regularly, but apparently that is somewhat of an issue. So we'll deal with it, I suppose. We will deal with it. We need to get some more game time into some of the substitutes, though. I don't really want to rotate things just at this moment in time, though. I want us to get back to winning ways after the Arsenal game. So let's get to the game and let's see whether we can get 3 points. That is the plan. But best laid plans sometimes don't go to plan. So see what happens. We'll see what happens. Right. What are we recommended to say? We're favourites and we want us to play like it. Yeah, I want to set that one, I think. Yeah, and that's due to some of them. But we'll leave everything else and we'll just get to the game. The game does look a lot better. Let's be completely clear. I know people don't like FM26 so far. Certainly a vocal portion of the fan base, whether it's a minority, majority, whatever. it is disliked in a lot of regards, and there is a lot to kind of look at it and go, oh, that's not how it was. But I'm enjoying it for what it is so far. My 2 cents. It's different, but as it kind of should be. It's a new game. It is a new game. Now, what I have noticed as well, at Anfield, on my FM26, the players walk through a tunnel that isn't there. They walk through a wall. Pretty sure that Anfield is not platform 9 3/4. I'm fairly confident that there is, in fact, a tunnel there, but there isn't for me. And off we go. One thing also, by the way, that I've had on my FM, and I don't know if anyone else has had it as well, whenever I drop the squads bar at the bottom here, whenever that drops down, the game lags. Not lags, that's the wrong word, but it's very kind of bitty as players move. It's not fluid, it's not clean, it doesn't look clean. Which I find quite interesting, to be honest with you. But when it's like this, it seems to be quite good. Now, I don't really like the fact that Burnley are on the ball here. We need to do something about that. I'm also still getting used to what camera angle to use. My word, Frimpong has just absolutely done us an absolute nightmare there. He really should have done better than that. And now Burnley are in and had a really good chance there. We can't be letting them do that. We cannot be letting them do that whatsoever. Early warning sign from Burnley there. I mean, they are at home. They should be more of a risk at home, but not to that degree. We've just passed it into no one there. Absolutely no one. It's not even like the beginning of the season we've been using wingers as well. But I don't quite know what happened there. I don't know where Burnley are in the table, but I tell you what, we're making them look like absolute superstars at the moment, and I don't think they should be looking as good as they are. Might need to... I mean, I kind of made a good decision to change from the diamonds after the last game against Arsenal. It might have been a silly thing to do. I've still got the diamond saved, to be fair, so we can always move back to it. With the personnel we've got on the pitch, we can definitely move back to it. But I just feel like long term, with the players that we've got, when I say long term, I mean over the course of the season. There we go, Salah scores and makes it 1-0. I feel like the squad that we've got is probably a better squad for a 3-striker system with what we've currently got, because we've got 5 top forwards. Gakpo being one of them does a great job getting the ball back here to Gravenberch, who's pushed up nicely, gets the ball across to Salah, who finds the gap. Isak there causing chaos for the goalkeeper, and that is in fact 1-0. Very good indeed. Considering the shaky start that we had, I'm very happy with. Now, if we can push on and get another goal, I'd be even happier. I'm not overly happy with this. Let's go to dynamic sideline. Let's give that a go for a bit and just see what we end up with. Wide shot there. We're letting him have it. I'm okay with us letting him have it if it's not one that's gonna dangerous too much. I don't like the fact that we've let them have as many shots as they've had, to be honest. Now, is there a way to see the Premier League table on here? I don't actually think. Oh, there is. There we go. We can see a live table. So there it is. So at the moment we're third after scoring that goal, which is good. Okay, so tables there. I've been looking for that. And we can expand it as well, which is good, and then collapse it. Okay, that's a nice little feature to have. And that's a little indicator as well. Show what's going on in another game as well. Not a lot's happened since we've scored that goal, really, to be honest with you. I mean, we've had a lot of shots off camera, but maybe what we need to be doing is... I mean, I'm doing this now. It's not going to matter because we're going to go to half time in a minute. Yeah, we're going to go to half time, so I can do that off in the break. We'll say that one. We'll just go around. Anyone playing not very well? Frimpong's having a shocker. He's given the ball away a couple of times, as is Kirkes. He's not doing very well, so we'll have a word with both of them. Van Dijk's not had the best of games, so we'll have a chat with him. I'll chat with Gakpo as well. I mean, I thought we played really well for the goal, but the game seems to suggest maybe not, so I will leave the guys who are in the green, but everyone else will just say you weren't that bad, and I'll leave these two doing what they're doing. Right, tactically, I think we need to work the ball into the box a bit more. I think we're going to need to do that. I love this screen, by the way. I absolutely adore this screen. Just seeing how the team plays and how everything It's spaced out. I just absolutely love it. Right, so final third. We'll go with work ball into box. I'm also going to encourage shooting from distance as well, which I know seems a bit counterintuitive, but we were recommended to do that by the assistant manager. So we are going to do that. And I think I'll leave everything else. We'll do you know what? It was a bit of a gut decision to change this formation. What I'm going to do for the second half, I'm going to choose this as a bit of an experimental game. We're going to move back to the diamond that we've been using. She's diamond in and out of possession, so we're not actually making much of the new tactical in possession, out of possession situation other than the rolls. But to be honest, I'm not too bothered about that because this was working for us up until the Arsenal game, so I'm quite happy to give it a go. But again, I will just go back to here and we will just make sure that we're going to do what we were going to do. So work ball into box. And we're going to encourage shots from distance. You can get that right then. We're going to do that. I'm going to confirm those changes. Let's give it a go in the second half and let's just see whether that makes a difference. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But we laboured to a 1-0 scoreline in the first half. I mean, we had a lot of shots, but we also let them have a lot of the ball, possession-wise. Maybe this will counter that a little bit because we're a bit more familiar with it. I mean, the one thing we don't have is we don't have what I'd like, which is an attacking midfielder. Well, no, we do have it, actually. What I'd like is a 4-1-2-1-2, a diamond, that out of possession changes to a 4-1-3-2, where the attacking midfielder drops back to... That tactical change hasn't gone well, has it? Let's be honest. Tactical change has gone really badly. 1-1. Shouldn't have changed it. I should have stuck with my gut is what I should have done. That's an error on my part. That's all me. Well, it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. It's fine. It's early days. Where are Burnley? 13th. They're not terrible, Burnley, but didn't save my change. It didn't save my change. I changed formation, it didn't save it. I'm blaming it on that. Didn't save any of the change whatsoever. Right, I'm blaming it on that. Right, we've changed it back. I am now going to make some substitutions. Gakpo's coming off for... It's not going to be for Chiesa, it's going to be for Vert. He had an injury, so we're going to get him back with a bit of game time. Let's get him there today. What I'd like to do is have him play here as a pressing central midfielder. He's pressing up. These guys are covering out wide. I know it's a lot of pressing here, but do you know what? Actually, as it's so much pressing, let's have... You know what? I'm going to change you two just to fullbacks. And let the midfield just do the pressing. Yeah, I'm going to do that. But Verts is going to come on as change number 1. I can't really do much with Frimpong other than Joe Gomez. So it's going to have to be Gomez. And I'm going to change him to a fullback because I think he'll do a better job as a fullback. And then Kerr's had an awful game, so Robertson can come on. Not a great game for Endo or Szoboszlai. In fact, Endo can come off for Hintelwood as well. I think the final change will end up being McAllister. Say that to them. Right, and the changes have been made. Hintelwood is a signing that we made in the summer, by the way, from Brighton. Used him last year in my career save on FM24. The second half of FM24 that we didn't know we were going to get. And he was a really good utility player for my Wolves team in that kind of journeyman road score we save. Right, I don't like how much of the ball Burnley are getting here. I really don't like the fact that we're just not getting the ball off of them. Oh, we've let Hannibal through. Right. Now we need to earn our money. That is awful. That is genuinely atrocious. Oh, what a great game to come back to a stream with. Van Dijk's had an awful game, by the way. Absolutely awful. He started the season so well, and pre-season went really well, and then that last game against Arsenal really knocked us. Really knocked us, but and I'm because of injuries, I'm struggling with personnel to bring on to change anything. Right, team instructions. Out of possession. Gonna get stuck in. Let's step up more. Give them less room to work with. Happy with that. Happy with that. Happy with that. Right, confirm. Skip the highlight. Right, we need to get the ball off of them, and we need to score now if we've got a hope of winning this game. Right, Robertson, good work there. Grabbing Birch. Losing the ball, but Wirtz is there. Right, can Wirtz do anything? Gets it out wide to Robertson. Good work. And there is Mo Salah again. And it is now 2-2. And we've got time for a winner. Robertson's come off the bench and done an absolute blinder of a job there. Well, you're not having a terrible season, so maybe we looked lightly by having certain players start today. I'm looking at the two wing backs. Maybe that really was a poor thing. And, you know, Becker, to be fair, Becker's not long come back from an injury. Alisson, maybe we shouldn't have brought him straight in. Van Dijk, just a bad game for him today. This is where I wish we could still demand more. I really do, because this is where I would absolutely be demanding more. Right, final change. Oh, putting it in a highlight as well. Wow, it's too late now. I'm thinking Szoboszlai's not had the best of games. So we'll bring on McAllister. Let's just see whether he can make a difference. I'll take a draw considering we were behind him. It's away from home against Burnley. We really shouldn't be drawing this game, but I think at this point, with how poorly the keeper and Virgil have played, I will take it. So many shots as well. I mean, we've not quite been FM'd, but I don't like the fact that we've been out of possessions by Burnley when we play a possession-heavy tactic. That does concern me a little bit, but I think that is going to be the game. It's a point. You could argue it's 2 points lost, but I'll say that. I have a bit of a go at them. I think that might be the international break now. But again, I could also be completely wrong. I'm completely wrong. We've got Bayern Munich coming up next. Bayern Munich. That Bayern Munich. Perennial Bundesliga winners. Bayern Munich. Praise Salah, because he's doing the job. He's doing exactly what we want him to do. Right, I think we do revert back to the original tactic. I think the I have faith in this tactic to work, but it did not work against Burnley there whatsoever. Now against Bayern Munich, is this going to be enough? I think attacking wise, we've got the attacking potential. Frimpong needs to step his game up. Kerkez, he's not going to be starting anytime soon. Jones, he's out. Maybe back. Bradley isn't going to be back. Leone is going to be back, but he's not really a starter. Jones is the big miss, because Jones actually has been playing in that role really well. How did Wirtz do in that game? He's not had a good start. Kind of in real life. Very similar. He's not had a good start at all. Do we change into a playmaker? Change into a playmaker. I think preference for him is free roll, but I've tried that and it didn't work. But advanced playmaker, maybe we give him a go in that. Love the lines down there for a second then. That was interesting. Yeah, maybe we give him a go as an advanced playmaker. Endo is still going to start. Hinselwood is still finding his feet. Kerkez has just not had a good start here whatsoever. Van Dijk was doing really well, and then that happened in the last game. So, Out of possession. Okay, bit of a glitch there. Let me just come out. Go back to here and go back in. That should clear it back up. It has. Fantastic. There we go. Right. I think that is going to be the starting lineup, I think, for the next game. It's going to have to be. I'm quite happy to give Wirtz the benefit of the doubt, just for the time being. But we need to see a bit more from him coming forward. To be fair. I see. Performance. Form, this is what I want to see. So this is his form. Which I'm aware that I'm currently in the way of. Let me move myself over here for the moment. So, didn't play against Newcastle, didn't play against Bournemouth. So actually, bear in mind, the two games he's done really well in, he didn't play. Although he didn't have a particularly good game against Crystal Palace. To be fair, in pre-season he was playing quite well, but it was only against the smaller teams. Bologna he did okay in, to be fair. It was in that free role. It was a 6.60 goal against Burnley as a substitute. Need to start getting a bit more out of him. Not quite getting at the moment. Passing is great though. Passing and vision are great. It's got good flair. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. We just need to give him a bit of time. We just need to give him a bit of time. I'm going to continue him as in that position. Advanced playmaker, I think, will be the thing to do it. Again, his favoured position is the attacking midfield spot. I mean, if we put him into free roll and just have a quick look at it. And then player instructions, let's have a look. So I think we want him probably to stay in the middle, don't we? So we'll probably keep him as standard. Now, forward runs. Can't really do anything. Dribble more is on it anyway, so he's going to be doing that. Freedom of movement. Do you know what? We'll go roam from position. It's fine. He's in a position where we can kind of afford that, to be honest. Shooting. I'm going to go shoot less often, even though he's not the worst shooter in the world. Dribble direction, that's fine. Hold up the ball. I don't really want him to hold up the ball. I want him to just kind of get rid. I don't really want him to cross the ball in general. And then keep him at standard. And attacking width, we're going to keep him at standard as well. We'll give him a go in the free roll, because that is in theory his best position. Or best role, I should say. Let's give him a chance at that. There we go. That didn't want to close then. Right, so we'll do that. And out of possession. What does he prefer to do out of possession, actually, Florian Wirtz? Out of possession. First to stay as attacking midfielder. The problem with that is I don't want him staying. Done the wrong thing there. I don't want him staying up front. I don't want him staying forward. I want him to track back. But that is going to get the best out of him. In possession role, defensive winger. Why is it defensive? Wait, what? Okay, whatever. Out of possession role. Let's have him press. I want him pressing. Don't want him to mark necessarily. Tackling. We'll have him ease off tackles. I don't want him getting crazy. We'll leave that. Okay. We'll go with that with Florian Wirtz. I'd prefer him to be tracking back, but he's not going to be doing that. Instead, he's just going to kind of float around and do his thing. I haven't really looked at Salah in terms of his out of possession stuff. I definitely want him to be pressing. Everything else I'll kind of leave, I think. We want Endo kind of staying here. We want these two splitting out to assist out wide. Wirtz can kind of just do his thing, and anyone else in that position could just do their thing. We'll have him try the free roll. Probably not the best plan, to be honest, to tweak things before a game against Bayern Munich. I will admit that. It's probably not a good idea. But I am nothing if not a little bit nuts. I am nothing if not a little bit nuts. But hey. Apologies, I've just realised I've not finished actually uploading the second episode of this save. Again, you're kind of seeing everything before I've fully uploaded everything. I've released a video tonight explaining the reason why that is the case. And when I say that is the case, what am I referring to? Well, I'm referring to the fact that I am moving this save from my YouTube save to a Twitch save. There are reasons for that. Watch the video on YouTube if you want to actually get up to date with it, because it's a bit of a heavy topic is all I'll say, and I don't really want to delve into it more than I maybe need to. What I'll say. Hopefully you'll see the video and you'll respect that as a choice, maybe. I'm going to move myself back over. I don't really like being on this side. Let me... There we go. I like it. Right. Carry on through. Let's see whether we can get a result against Bayern Munich. Weird though, isn't it? Because this game is obviously fundamentally different to FM24. In FM24, I know exactly what I would do with this squad to get a result out of, well, to hopefully get a result out of Bayern Munich. You know, it'd be 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. It'd be one or the other. And we'd have a lovely old time with our clean slate, which I've not got the confidence to do in this new game yet. I know a lot of the things in the game are the same. You know, I know a lot of the formations are the same other than the in and out of possession. I know that. And I know that a lot of the instructions for tactics are the same. It's just that those tactics are now kind of shown differently, but still not 100% confident just to dive in yet. I need to have a bit of a dive in. That's what I'll probably end up doing with this save. It's going to be my experiment save more than anything. We're just going to toy around with stuff. Right. Opposition instructions. Interesting, that doesn't open, but I can get to upcoming match here, and I feel like this is going to do the same thing. Right, so what do they recommend? We should play with a balanced mentality. Well, we ain't doing that. I reckon we should push a much higher defensive line. Yeah, sure. I reckon we should play through the press. Do you know what? We'll give it a go. I want us to play through the middle. Yeah, we should really be doing that anyway, to be honest with you. I'm not going to do a lower line of engagement. Don't really understand what that's asking for. Is that asking for us to go in hard? Sure. We'll say that. Yeah, attack more aggressively. That's fine. That's okay. Right, Upamecano. We're going to press you. Kimmich. Yeah, okay, fine. Gnabry. They want us to do to Gnabry. They want us to mark him. I'm not going to do that. Although maybe marking I'll need to do. I've never really marked on FM much. Maybe I need to start marking. Luis Diaz. I forgot that he's gone now, actually. So we've got him returning to Liverpool in this game. Makes it quite interesting. Their attack is quite scary, isn't it, actually? Luis Diaz is a quality player. Then I've got Elise, Gnabry, Harry Kane. I'm not going to mark Kane, but we'll go in hard on him. Right, we'll do that. Okay. The starting 11 for this game, we're going to go with Alisson, Frimpong, Van Dijk, Konate and Robertson. Endo, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch and Wirtz in the midfield with Salah and Isak up front. Injury-wise, we haven't got Curtis Jones back, which is frustrating. Conor Bradley is still out as well as a defensive option. So, Frimpong is going to continue, which I like Frimpong, but he hasn't really done a lot for us so far. Problem is, his preferred position is that one, but we don't play in a system that works with. So I've actually tried this diamond with advanced fullbacks in possession tactic, and it doesn't work. So to be fair, let's have a quick nose. Attacking width. I want him to stay wider. He needs to give us the width. In direction. Keep him wide with the ball. We'll get him to cross to the byline. Take a few risks. We'll have him go into the far post to look for Isak. I'm going to shoot less often as well. Okay, bit of tweaking on that. We'll get there as we go. We'll get there as we go. Right, let's just go to the match. Karen Ramsey is for some reason involved. Why is Karen Ramsey involved? Get out of there. Don't want you. Don't want you. Right, Leone is actually fit again, so I'm actually going to pick him as a substitute just so we've got another defensive option. Although I don't think he'll play. Gravenberch is actually quite tired, so I probably should not play him from the start. So we'll put McAllister on. We'll have Szoboszlai being channel midfielder, McAllister being playmaker. Put them around to there. That way round. Szoboszlai doesn't like doing that job, does he? He prefers to be a pressing central midfielder. Well, he's going to have to get used to it. Although he likes being a channel midfielder, so I don't really get that. But, oh well, it is what it is. Right. Let's get to it, shall we? See how we get on. Okay. Bayern Munich. This is a match we should be winning. It's Bayern Munich. It's Bayern Munich. Why would I say that to them? Bayern Munich. Match we should be winning. Yeah. I'll say that one. Home advantage. Let's kind of push that on. We'll just have faith in them. See whether that can spur anything with them. Right. Fantasy Champions League graphics obviously have returned. One thing I did note as well when I finished the transfer window. No transfer deadline day. Or at least not a noticeable one like there was previously. Erbig, by the way, their goalkeeper. I'm hoping it will be the same in FM26. But in FM24, he grew into an absolute beast. In my Inter Milan portion of my career save, he was incredible in goal. Absolutely incredible. Really rated him. Right, here we go. We're kicking off. We're going to keep it on this camera angle. I did quite like the other camera angle in FM24, and previous FMs actually, but we'll stick with it for now. I did quite like it as a kind of a tactical view. Right, rolled out to Konate. I don't know if I quite like the fact that we rolled it out there. Right, Szoboszlai. Robertson looking for Wirtz. Finds Wirtz. Szoboszlai. Okay, but signs of life from Verts potentially. Oh, we nearly get lucky there. We nearly get really, really lucky. Good early opportunity there. They're playing with a 4-2-2-2. What I am just going to do, in possession. Can I get to it from here? Yeah, I can. You know what? It doesn't matter who we go to because their wingers are pushed so far forward. What I wanted to do was out of possession. To be fair, out of possession, actually, I prefer that. So I'm going to change to fullbacks in terms of distribution. Right, here they come. It's literally wide tactic versus narrow tactic today. Quite an interesting thing. Harry Kane was very wide there, but it's interesting to see the game does replicate how deep and how... Oh, it's loud, it's fine. How unique a position he takes up. Because that did feel... I mean, he's usually quite central compared to that, but it was deep enough that it kind of did feel like a Harry Kane position. Right, it is disallowed. We know it's disallowed. It came up with disallowed to begin with. That's something I would like them to change. I like the mystery, or the illusion of mystery, of the offside that we don't get anymore. Chances wise though, we're doing quite well. So that's the first big chance we've seen on camera other than our chance before where Salah put it wide. I don't like the fact that our number 9, Isaac, injured, but he's come back on. Right, free kick. I don't like the fact we've got a free kick that's been conceded. Such a dangerous area. Kimmich whips it in. Get it clear. Right, Robertson on his weaker side here. Gets it to Frimpong. We get it forward to Mo Salah. And now we have an opportunity here. Mo Salah passes it into Isaac. Corner. Well won, though. Very well won. It wasn't a very good corner, though, because we didn't see it. Right, we start with Alisson in possession again. Now, he's going to launch it. First shorter distribution, but I'll take it if that's all that was available to him. Right, so Szoboszlai to McAllister, into Verts, out wide to Frimpong, cuts inside, does really well there actually. Frimpong, some of the best play we've seen from him since he started to say, I'm sure I put him on don't shoot. What's he gone and done? He's gone and had a shot. Jeremy, shooting, shoot less often. Jeremy, I need to have a word, mate. That was not shoot less often. Right, Endo, Szoboszlai, McAllister. We need to keep an eye on McAllister because he has not long come back from injury. He's not full fitness at this point. Not at full fitness at this point. Salah, looking for Verts. Salah could not find a way to get it through their defence there. Right, we still got possession now. Endo to Robertson. Robbo looking to whip it in. Can't quite do it, and the highlight ends. We've looked good in this game. We've looked a lot better than we did against Arsenal, which I appreciate you haven't seen that game. But it wasn't a very good attacking performance from us whatsoever. This has been a much better attacking performance. I've just noticed, by the way, Isaac has actually got a full injury. It'll last till half-time. Brilliant. We'll take him off then. Probably bring on Ekitike and give him the opportunity. I thought Verts would play better than that, but he's on the 6.5. Still struggling to get the best out of Florian Verts. Right, that is half-time. So, has that possession not been that good then? Can I see possession? No, I can't really at the moment. Okay. We'll go with that because apparently that's a thing. Individuals. We'll have a word with Verts. Tell him we're not happy. These two will say they need to change the game. And then the centre-backs and Alisson will say that one. I'll leave everything else. Right, tactics. Let's have a look at Isaac injured. So, Ekitike is going to be the man who comes on. What does he prefer to do? Centre forward, potentially. Not played him anywhere near as much as I should have done so far. First to be a centre forward, which is fine. That's exactly what I want him to be in that role. Because Salah will be the channel forward. So that works for me. That absolutely works for me. McAllister's not had the best of games. What does McAllister prefer to do? kind of what he's doing at the moment, to be honest. So we'll kind of let him carry on. Verts, he's had some of the ball. He's had some good play, to be honest. So I feel almost remiss to change him, because I feel like when I've looked at him, he's been okay, but obviously that's not been the case. So we'll change to an advanced playmaker in the second half and see if we can get a bit more out of him, get him pushing forward a little bit more. Yeah, we'll do that. Right, second half. Let's see what we can do. He has not changed to a second striker. I did not change him to a second striker. We'll see how it goes. Right, Verts gets it back to... would have been McAllister, I think. Right. Endo. Adds Robertson. Robertson's giving the ball away to Elise. We could have done without that. Now Elise coming forward. Robertson can't get the ball off of him. 2-0. Well, not 1-0, sorry. They didn't score that first one, did they? It was disallowed. And Harry Kane has made it 1-0. Not a good game. Not a good couple of games. It's kind of Robbo's mistake there, which is not great. And now we've got to come from behind. Oh, we give the ball away again. We are giving the ball away quite a bit. The one thing I'm not doing in this save so far is I'm not doing my own tactics. I'm not doing my own training, which is a deliberate decision because I don't know what I'm doing with it. I was very comfortable with training in the last couple of FMs. Well, from FM22, in fact, I was very comfortable with doing my own training. But not so much now. Right, Allison into McAllister. Out wide to Frimpong. Over to Salah. Salah. McAllister. Szoboszlai. Out wide to Robertson. Robertson whipping it in. Looking for Mo Salah. Can't quite get his head on it. Frimpong still has the ball. Frimpong. And somehow we forced it in and Mo Salah makes it 1-1. I don't quite know how Mo Salah did that. Frimpong here. Kicks the ball for ages. Just plows it through. It looks like he goes for a shot, which is ridiculous from there. But Mo Salah manages to make it work. And there we go. 1-1. Been all over them in the game. It would have been ridiculous had we not been able to do anything. I don't like the possession, actually. They've been very good at controlling the possession of the game. Right, we managed to win the ball back there nicely. And here's Mo Salah. He's been kept forward for a reason. Verts has gotten a little bit better as the game has gone on, but not much better. Right, Endo. To Szoboszlai. Chips it forward to Robertson. Robertson. Ball through to Ekitike, who's been hacked, and that has to be a penalty. There's no two ways about that. That is a penalty. And it is given as a penalty. It's not come up yet. But it said at the bottom there, penalty. It's got to be a penalty. There we go, it is a penalty. Don't know who penalty takers are. I have set them up, but I don't know who they are off the top of my head. Yellow card for Jonathan Tah. And it's going to be Mo Salah. Who else would it be? It's Mo Salah. I looked away and he's missed it, hasn't he? Oh, Mo. Mo's missed it. Nah, that's disappointing. Great opportunity to go ahead there. We've not taken it. Okay. Can we do anything about the fact that we're giving up so much of the ball? Because we are giving away a lot of the ball so far. Go a bit narrower. Lower the tempo a little bit. Go to standard passing. I just want to see something a little bit different from us. Now, what I am also going to do is I'm going to change some personnel, I think. Vert still hasn't improved much. Ekitike has not done much since he's come on. Defensively, the defenders haven't done a very good job at all today, really. Frimpong is nervous, but actually he's not played too badly. Allison's really not impressed me at all. As possession, tell you what I do want. Let's have... You drop into the defence. Endo. Have him drop deep. Let's just try and get at them a little bit on these wings and get a bit further forward. So Robbo actually prefers to be in that position now. Frimpong likes to be an advanced wing back. So we'll do that for those two. I'm actually going to play him as a half-back. And Szoboszlai's not had the greatest of games. I'll have both of them playing as midfield playmakers. By the way, this didn't work. Changed into an advanced playmaker and it didn't work at all. Like McAllister, what else can you do without dropping quality? Wide central midfielder. I don't really want him to be a wide central midfielder. Or do I? Or maybe I do want that. Or do we just have him as a central midfielder? I might just have him as a central midfielder, to be honest. Yeah, we'll do that. Try and go a bit more attacking. Get a bit more of the ball and just hang on to it a bit more. Maybe try and be a bit more adventurous with it. Possession hasn't really changed in the immediate future of us making those changes, but it looks like we are having some opportunities, which is good. Right, corner. I don't like the fact that we've given them a corner in the final 10 minutes. Right. Needed well to nick it there. Right. Needs to get the ball off Elise. Kane. Oh, look at the room for Torres. We are lucky. We are lucky. And Alisson, who's not had a great game, pulls a really good save out there. Right. Changes. Konate's coming off for Gomez. McAllister's not had a great game. Let's bring on Gravenberch. He's nervous, so we'll try and calm him down a bit. Endo's not been great. I'm going to bring on Hinselwood. We'll have a quick chat with him. Keep him as a defensive midfielder. Maybe I shouldn't have changed that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Got one more change left. TK can't take him off. I can take Verts off though. He's had a shocker. More. Bring on Chiesa. He's not had a lot of football, Chiesa. We need to get him some football. Can be a channel midfielder. That's fine. He can do what he wants. Okay. Now possession. I'm quite happy with Hinselwood dropping down. He's not very good at any of them just yet, so that's fine. And then these guys will, yeah, that's fine. We're happy with that. Right, team talk. Say that to them. Yeah, that's worked on a couple of them. That'll do. Right. For the game, if you'd have offered me a draw against Bayern Munich, I would have absolutely taken it. But we've had some great opportunities, including a penalty, and I'm not going to get over that penalty very quickly. The fact that we couldn't capitalise it. Oh my word. Kane is in. Oh, Alisson's made the save. It's offside anyway. It's offside anyway, which is great. Possession hasn't really changed much. It's not gotten worse, which is good, but it's not gone up. They've been very good at controlling the ball. I mean, to be fair to them, they are Bayern Munich, so it is what one would expect. Right. Can we press them off the ball here? Ball to Guerrero. Gnabry. Frimpong does brilliantly to win the ball. I thought he had anyway. It's actually ended up being a free kick. I thought it was a great tackle. Possession has actually gone down a little bit since we made those changes now. Disappointing. But I think we've done enough to get a draw out of this game. But we had so many chances. But most of them were off highlights, so they weren't particularly great. I mean, the XG says everything. 3-1. We should have absolutely won that. I will say on this occasion that we should have won that game, because we should have done. That is a disappointing performance in a few regards. Right, I think we have got another game coming up next, haven't we? Bayern Munich, Everton at the weekend. Oh, great, Merseyside derby when we're not playing particularly well. What could possibly go wrong with that? He says. Right, we're not getting the best out of Florian Wirtz. We need to get the best out of him. He needs to be the main man. At the moment, he's not the main man. We need to find a way to do that tactically. So maybe we need to change things a little bit. I'm just thinking maybe we change from diamonds. Do we go back to having wingers? I don't know if going back to having wingers is the right thing to do. At the very least, we can have a look and see what we can come up with here. Inverts definitely is going to be the guy in the middle. Unless do we go with 3 attacking midfielders, but that doesn't really work because I don't have 3 attacking midfielders. The problem with doing this formation is I've got 3 great central midfielders in McAllister, Szoboszlai and Gravenberch, and this alienates at least one of them. Well, it alienates 2 of them, and we're already alienating one of them. Because one of them will have to be a playmaker to get the best out of them. A deep liar. That's a bit of a difficult conundrum to deal with. I mean, Szoboszlai can play as the attacking midfielder. The problem is if we go to a more conventional shape here, or do we even do that? Or do we say we move these guys up to here in possession? And out of possession is when they drop back. That's when we have this sort of thing. But then the problem here is we'll put Szoboszlai out wide, but I don't know what the right thing to do is here. In possession, do we do something like that? Do we go back to having wingers? We've got players to do it. Gakpo can play out wide, Chiesa, Ekitike can do it as well. Ungamoa gets the best out of him maybe. We get to actually play with him a little bit. Get Gakpo on the pitch. We've barely been playing at the moment because just not been using him. He cuts in. Obviously, Salah ends up being an inside forward. What's Salah's best position, actually? It's wide forward. Rather than inside forward. I feel like inside forward's going to be his better position. Then we have Wirtz. The attacking midfielder. So he's tracking back. Quite happy to have Gakpo doing that. Oh, it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one. But the team would be familiar with it to a degree. The attacking side of things would be where we'd have a bit of a problem. Just need to make sure that the fullbacks are comfortable with what they're doing. Maybe we do move whoever this is back. We have them be that. They then get the ball and move forward. Or do we? I don't know. I don't know what the right thing to do is. I mean, I don't really want to play with 2 playmakers, but we might need to. Basically, what I'm reverting to now is I'm reverting to what Liverpool more or less actually do in real life, which is great. It's kind of what I didn't want to do. I wanted to do something new and different, but that's kind of what we're ending up doing on this tactic, isn't it? Okay. Okay, it's fine. It's not the end of the world if we do that. Did want to do something a little bit different. I mean, what we could potentially do, stick with 2 strikers. Because Salah's been doing well as a striker. He has been doing well for us in that striker position. And so has Isak for the most part. He's not done well in the last couple of games, but he has been a good player for us. Maybe we do 4-2-2-2. Go with full AC Milan early 2000s. And we go with that. And out of possession. Still keep the 2 of them up front. I mean, Wirtz isn't going to be very good defensively in this role. That's the only problem, but we're having to be a wide covering central midfielder over here. Endo's going to screen. McAllister's kind of just do whatever he needs to do, and then that actually works with the others as well. So we've then got Gravenberch and Szoboszlai, who in possession, I mean, I'm starting with Gakpo here at the moment, but Gakpo doesn't necessarily need to start. It could be Szoboszlai or Gravenberch, because Szoboszlai can come in here and play as just an attacking midfielder. But then McAllister can also do that job as well. Szoboszlai, I mean, this is the thing, we've got interchangeable players, and Gravenberch can even do attacking midfield if we need him to as well. That's the beauty of the squad that we've got. In fact, he can actually do the advanced playmaker role of Wirtz. Szoboszlai, on a 3-star at everything. I mean, what's Szoboszlai's favoured role as an attacking midfielder? It's the channel midfielder, which, to be fair, I'm okay with him doing. And I also think McAllister quite likes doing that as well. So we'll have that position be a channel midfielder position. So I've got Isak and Salah, who has Gakpo, Chiesa and Ekitike, but bearing in mind Gakpo and Chiesa can also play attacking midfield as well. So we've also got that as a potential option as well. So maybe we do that. And again, defensively, it's just working out what to do with that. Well, now when we've changed it, maybe we can do this, where we have kind of the 2 wide covering midfielders who are going to press up and go in these areas. Let me just change that. I don't know why, I just really want to do a narrow formation. I just really do. I got on really well with narrow formations in FM24. I'm determined I'm going to still get on with them now. Out of possession, these guys do that. He's going to screen. He's going to do what he wants. In possession, takes those 2 that way around. Gravenberch does play here. I mean, he can do channel midfielder as well. So we'll leave. We'll just have this position be a channel midfielder. Go out wide and support Robertson. And whoever's here is going to be a deep line playmaker. Out of possession. But they're the right way around. And then these guys are not both going to track back. Salah's going to stay forward. I'll have him as that. And then have him press more often. Don't want him marking, but he can press. Okay, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. Again, I'm determined that I'm going to get a narrow formation to work. It worked in the first couple of games. It worked in the first couple of games. Right, higher press. Step up more. Wants to be pressing more often. I don't want to go the full lot just yet. In width, we'll widen out a little bit. And press on supporting runs. I want to do that. Overlap. I focus overlapping on the left for the moment. So Robertson's going to have that. Passing into space, which I'm quite happy with. Build up strategy. Start playing through the press a little bit. Goal kicks. I want to be short. Distribution. I want to be quicker. Don't know why that wasn't already on. And at the moment, we'll have the distribution to the centre backs, but we might change that. Okay. Some of that wasn't quite as I thought it was, actually. I thought I'd set that up, but I hadn't, so that's fine. Attacking width is standard is fine. Passing directness, we'll go standard. We'll go a lower tempo, because that seemed to work against Bayern Munich as well, or at least it felt like it did. Whether it was or not is another matter. I'll leave everything else as it is for the time being. Right, let's go forward to the Merseyside derby, which might be the last game of the stream. We'll see how we get on. Again, 11:30's probably around the cut-off point for me tonight, with work tomorrow. So we'll see how we get on. A bit of money. Isaac is injured. 2 to 4 weeks. That happened in that game, didn't it? Took him off at half time. Right, 2 to 4 weeks. So he's out of the Merseyside derby, which is excellent. Fabulous news. It's exactly what we wanted to happen, really. I couldn't be happier with that. Right. So Gakpo, Chiesa, Ekitike. I mean, I would say Ekitike, but he's not really kicked on so far. He's not fully fit, so it's going to have to be Gakpo just for fitness to begin with. As he's in possession, doesn't really have a preference on any of those. I mean, he's looking like he's going to be the main goal threat at the moment, which I don't think he's going to like very much. He's going to have to like it, whether he likes it or not. Unless we just start Ekitike and we just go for it. You know what? He's not fully fit, but let's just go for it and see what happens. Right, Ekitike and Salah up front, and we'll go with that. Might not work, but worth the old college try, as they say. Right, let's have a quick look. Key findings. So, shots outside the penalty area, not good. Took a lot of touches in their penalty area without doing much with them. But what I'm taking from all of that is don't shoot from distance. Is what I'm taking from that. Yeah, what I'm taking from that is don't shoot from distance. Which, it's not the best advice in the world, but advice is advice at this point. Advice is advice. So we will go as we will go, and we'll hope for the best. Right. Should probably check in on how we're doing in the Premier League as well, which we'll have a look at a roundup of that once we get to the actual end of today's stream. And again, if you have been watching this, I do very much appreciate it. It's been a while since I've streamed, so this is the first one back, and again, it's been a bit of a difficult week, so it'd be nice to slide back into things. He wants a contract. I mean, yeah, you can have one. Okay, he wants one now. Quite happy to give him one now. How do I discuss with the agent? Oh, it's right there, Stu. It's literally right there. That's not even the new interface. That's me just not reading properly. Well, so he wants a pay rise. Wants to be a central midfielder with a channel midfielder role. I think we'll say that one. Okay, brilliant. We'll go with that. Contract negotiations. Right, what I don't want is this. So I want to bin that off. And he will accept that. Okay. Great stuff. Okay. Get into the nitty-gritty of the contract then. The wage 200,000. We'll try and go a little bit lower. Go a little bit lower on that. I'll put the agent fee up a little bit. I'd like the appearance fee to be a bit lower because he will start for us. I'm happy with that. That's fine. He wants that for that. I mean, that's, yeah, sure, that's fine. Champions League excludes current season. That's fine. We'll up that one. He thinks he's got a chance of being the top goal scorer, which I kind of love his ambition. Okay, let's go down to those. I'll leave that one as it is. That's fine. I've got no problem with that. Right, tell you what. You can have your 200,000, but that's got to go down to that. That's got to go down to that. There we go. Happy days. That'll do. Good player to Bosley, to be fair, and he's been all right for us this season. So I'm happy to give him a little bit more scratch. I am quite happy to do that. Right. Nothing advice. I'm not bothered about that at this point. It's probably going to be a save with Birmingham that's I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty of things like tactics and not tactics. I keep saying tactics. Training. Because again, I was very, very heavily into the training side of things. It doesn't look quite as user-friendly, in my opinion, in FM26. But there is a learning curve, and I'm just not prepared to go into it just yet. But I think once I get into that save, because if you can master training, it definitely benefits you. You can get by with the assistant doing it, but if you know how training works, and I'm not saying I'm an expert on it or was an expert on it in FM24, I definitely wasn't, but if you can get it working for you, then there's no stopping you. Right, advice, upcoming match, what did I reckon? I'm not going to listen to these ones, I'm just going to go to the personnel ones. So I'm not tackling Jordan Pickford, not a chance. Right, we will tackle James Garner. Dibbling, weaker foot, yes. Dibbling mark, no. Dibbling tackle, yes. Alcaraz, weaker foot, yes. Alcaraz mark, no. Alcaraz tackle, yes. Oh, Jackie boy, I forgot Jack Grealish now played for them. Hurts my soul. Gutted that he didn't come back to Villa in the summer. Really just wish that had happened. I mean, I don't know whether it would have worked in Emery's system, but you know, you can live and hope. Right, this is the 11, and again, I have changed the tactics, so this could go multiple ways. It is going to be Alisson in goal, Frimpong, Van Dijk, Konate and Robertson in defence. Our midfield is going to be the box midfield. We're going to have Endo and Gravenberch as the holders. McAllister and Wirtz as the attackers, and then Ekitike and Salah are going to be the 2 strikers. We're going to go with it on this one. We have got injuries. We're just going to have to deal with them. Although Curtis Jones actually is back, which is great, because he has actually had a decent start to the season for us. Conor Bradley's nearly fit as well. I still need a way to get Ngamoa into the team. I'll tell you what, we'll put him in sub 4. Doesn't work that way, does it? Okay, we'll do it this way. Sub 4, there we go. Right. Average rating has not been good recently, so we need to pick things up. We need to get some more out of Wirtz as well, so let's see whether we can do that. Wish me luck. It is a gamble starting Ekitike when he is so out of match sharpness, but we've got to try something. And with Salah, not that one. Isak. With Isak injures, we're going to have to just give it a go. Right. Say that one. Weird. I normally do press conferences. I've not been doing it so far in FM26. I didn't really do it at the end of FM24. And I've been doing them ever since I started playing FM, which, to be fair, I only started playing FM on FM20. So it's weird not to be doing them. Right, we are here. Right, let's see whether the tunnel exists. No, you see? Flat wall. Flat wall for the tunnel. I don't know whether that's just me. It's my Anfield on my version of the game with my not very good graphics setup on my computer because it's a bit of an aging one. Or whether everyone has that when they play at Anfield. But they are literally platform 9 3/4ing this. Right, let's get into the game. Let's see how we do. We've obviously tweaked tactics, tweaked the formation. I don't know whether it's going to work for us, but we'll give it a go. And they are very much set defensively. I don't like the fact they've got an early free kick. I don't like that fact at all. Defend it. Right, Frimpong. Here he comes. See a bit more from him. Ball out wide to Salah. Salah running into the box. Goes for the finish. And Mo Salah with the counter-attack. It's a Frimpong assist. And it is 1-0 very early on. And that is exactly what we wanted to see. That makes me feel a lot better. We've still got a lot of the game to go, don't get me wrong, but I'll take that all day long. Great counter-attack. Lovely stuff. Right. I am going to change this camera back to the one that I prefer to have it on, which is the tactical one. I prefer this view, although it's not quite as customizable as it has been previously. And again, I would like to drop that the squad down, and it is there as an option, but it just makes the game not play as smoothly. I'm grabbing Wirtz into Salah. That might be offside. Flag did go up. It's a goal kick. I thought that might be offside actually, but we've definitely started well, and I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Very much liking what I'm seeing. I obviously want to see us convert a little bit more than we have been, but it's been a good start. Right, we have got a corner. Wirtz going over to take. He's actually having a good game, Wirtz, so far. I mean, we're just going to keep trying stuff until it sticks. Ah, it's hit the post. Right, Endo goes back to McAllister. Ah, it's offside from Endo. Again, bear in mind the opposition with this particular game. Although we struggled against Burnley, so this is definitely looking better than the Burnley game so far, but we're only 20 minutes in. Right, interception for Robertson to Ekitike. Ekitike back to Gravenberch. Over to Robertson. Waiting for support. Goes back to Endo instead. Back to Robertson now. Endo. It's Canate. Canate back to Endo. Robertson. Robertson. Ball down the line looking for McAllister. Not going to quite get there. He goes out of play. Don't know why that was a highlight really. Nice idea though. McAllister not having the greatest of games so far. We're not having a bad one, but again, we are still only early doors in this one. Right, ball out to Seamus Coleman. Can't believe Seamus Coleman's still going, by the way. Genuinely can't believe it. What's their out of possession? That is their out of possession, so their in possession is going to be a 4-2-3-1. Okay, so they've changed shape completely with that, whereas we just drop everyone back a little bit. Good start so far. Ekitike's dropped off a little bit, but you know, again, not fully match sharp. But I tell you what, Wirtz is looking much better He's looking much better, Wirtz. He's not necessarily having the best game of his life, don't get me wrong. He's not the star player out there, but he's definitely looking better than he has been, which is good to see. Right, what I am just going to do for the final 5 minutes and a half, in possession, we are going to work the ball into the box, discourage long shots. Let's just try and make sure when we have a chance that it counts. Right, Wirtz. Unlucky there, Wirtz. Nice idea for the pass. It didn't pull off. Right, and now here come Everton. Lovely play there on that left-hand side from Mikolenko and Grealish. The shot is poor. But the shot is poor. For the best, I think. For the best. Right. Coleman. Kowski back to Coleman. Right. We need to get the ball off of them here. Don't like the fact. Don't like the fact, really, that we've not been able to add a second, and we're getting close to the half-time whistle, and Everton are having chances. Right. Goal kick. Short to Konate. Gravenberch. Had a decent game, Gravenberch. Pretty happy with him. McAllister, again, doesn't really play as an attacking midfielder normally, so... Oh, we're giving the ball away, but we've got it back here. Right, Gravenberch. The Van Dijk. Gravenberch again. Mr. Salah. Oh, Wirtz loses the ball. Tell you what, I was praising him, and now he's kind of changed back to the Wirtz that we had for the first couple of games of the season. Right. The ball off of them, lads. Oh, Frimpong can't quite get the ball. Here come Everton. Jack Grealish looking for a bit of magic. We've managed to... I don't know what happened there. We've given away a free kick, though, and I'm not very happy about it. Right, Alcaraz. Ndiaye. Alcaraz going to go for a shot here. Yeah, we just let him walk through. We just let him walk through, and it's 1-1. Do you know what? This half started really, really well, but as it's gone on, maybe it was me going work ball into the box. Maybe we shouldn't have done that. That could be a decision I made that's not helped. We've been dominant, and then we've let them do that. Dominant on the ball as well. Right. I'm going to say I'm not happy. In particular, with the defenders. Now, individuals. McAllister, Ekitike. Not happy with you. I think it's probably a bit harsh on Ekitike, to be honest with you. But we need to do it. Right. It's going to be Gakpo who comes on, purely for fitness. Because he's just the most fit striker we've currently got at the moment. I'm thinking Szoboszlai on for McAllister. Endo I'll leave for the time being. Konate I'll leave for the time being. Robertson I'll leave just for the moment. Do we push these guys up, maybe? In possession. Try and get a bit more out of them going forward. Team instructions. These guys acting as a wall here. These guys getting further forward. Progress through the middle. Because we've got so many players in the middle. It's feeling silly not to, actually. Let's do that. And then take that off. We'll take that off. And I'm going to say let's whip some crosses. Oh, one more thing. Second half. Let's go attacking. Right, let's go for it. We're better than them. We know we're better than them. Let's just go for it. I think we've encountered the bug. We're not passing it. Why are we not passing it? It's played. I think we've encountered the bug here. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how we're going to get out of this. Tell you what, let's change to only commentary. I thought that'd work. Not though, has it? I might have to instant result this because every player is frozen. It's not even that they're not moving, they're frozen. I might have to instant result this. Right. I don't want to use instant result, but quite clearly something's not working there, is it? I mean, we're played again. We're not playing. I've not encountered many what you'd class as a bug, but that is definitely a bug, isn't it? Right, we're going to have to. It's annoying that we're going to have to do this, but let's instant result it. See how we've done. Has it ended as a draw? It's ended as a draw. Oh, it's disappointing. Because I think in that second half we could have got something out of that. When did the game last autosave? When was it now? Okay. I would normally do this, but as there was a bug in that game and as it was all square, I think we've got every right to reload and replay it, hopefully without bugs this time, because we couldn't complete the game because of that bug. So let's load it back up and let's give it another go. We are a couple of days away from the Everton game. I don't think it's going to change everything because all of our injuries happened before this anyway. We have got to do Szoboszlai's contract again. I tell you what, we'll have the chat with him. And we'll do it after the Everton game. Feels like a wise thing to do. Now, yes, we did change the tactics. Okay. I just wanted to make sure tactics were fully amended. And they are. Right. I'm going to keep low crosses on. I am going to make a couple of changes here, though, which I should have done before. Right, progression. We're going to change progression to middle. Keep it on pass into space. Supporting runs. Do that. Yeah. Looking for the overlap. We're narrow, so we're not going to be looking for an underlap when we're narrow. So we want these guys getting forward. Build up. We'll keep everything as it is. Keep distribution due to the centre backs. Yeah, we're fine. We're happy with that. We'll go with it. Okay. Let's see whether we have the same bug at half time this time. Hopefully we don't. Hopefully we don't, but who the devil knows? Maybe we will. Maybe we just will. Goodness me. Well, we'll find out. Okay. Again, that needs to continue. I wish it just went to the next email. But it's fine that it doesn't. Right. So fitness tests. Who have we not got available? We don't have... Well, Curtis Jones is back. Robertson had a bruised ankle, but he's fine. Conor Bradley's still not available. And we know that we don't have Isaac. He's properly out for up to 3 weeks. But Jones is available again, which is great. So we'll pop him back in. Do we start McAllister or do we start Szoboszlai? out of the two of them, Szoboszlai's had the better recent form. So I'm going to start Szoboszlai. Endo and Gravenberch will be the kind of defensive midfielder duo. I am tempted, because we got the defensive midfield lads, I am tempted to do that. Get them a bit further forward. Just to kind of help out. Then obviously in possession we look like that. Out of possession we look like that. So the kind of hybrid version is that. I think works. Potentially. Right. Go through these. Again, obviously this is repeating what we did before. Purely because of the game just deciding not to work. We'll go with that. It's practically the same starting 11 as before. The only difference is that we're starting Szoboszlai instead of McAllister, which, to be fair, was a bit of a mistake on my end last time. And again, the only reason we're redoing this game is because of the bug. The fact that the second half would not start and we had to simulate the rest of the game. We don't want to be doing that. We want to be playing games. That's the whole point. In my own time, on my YouTube save, I might do that just to progress a bit quicker. But the whole point of being on Twitch is that we want to see the game. We don't just want to go through it. He says. I'll probably at some point change my mind on that. But anyway, we'll address the team. And we'll say this to the lot of them. We'll see what we do. So here we go again. We'll just skip through to the game and get it played. Second time's a charm, apparently. Let's see whether we have any bugs this time. Right, we kick off with the ball here at Anfield. Liverpool versus Everton, the Merseyside derby. Now, in the last game, Wirtz had a very, very good first half. So it'll be interesting to see whether we can see the same kind of progression from him compared to the first half of the season that he's had. Right, we have a goal kick here to Everton with Jordan Pickford kicking things off. See how Everton do going forward to begin with. Now again, we are playing quite a narrow formation, so they are going to get the better of us out wide. They shouldn't be getting the better of us in the forward line like that. It is offside. They should not be able to cut through us just like that. That is very disappointing. Right, what I'm going to do off the back of that is... There's not really anything I can do. Oh, actually, there is actually. Skip that. Right, so tactics, out of possession. We'll have Konate be a covering centre back, just to cover from that. Something I've not done in FM24 or even FM23, but maybe we need to. Right, free kick, Salah to take. I'm not doing my set piece at the moment. I don't really like the fact that Saka's taking that one. Right, the ball comes through. Ekitike picks it up, goes back to Gravenberch. Had the opportunity for Frimpong. We had a lot of chances there to put a shot away and we did not do it. We need to do better than that. Right, ball forward. Highlight ends, that's fine. We are on top, but we definitely started the last game better. I'd like to see a little bit more from us. We are definitely playing well though. But I'd like to see a few more opportunities. Right, Endo. Szoboszlai. We're just a bit more fluid in the last game, so that's what we're lacking at the moment. Right, Robertson. Been done there. He's been done there. He's two of them on him. Ref. Is the referee not going to get involved in that one? No, clearly not. Okay. Fine. Right. We managed to just about get away with that one, and now here's Salah. Salah bombing forward. He has got Ekitike in the centre. He's waiting for more players to come forward, but Branthwaite does him. Bit disappointing that. It's a bit closer this one than the last one. Not overly happy with the fact that it's closer. It is obviously what it is, but still on top. Right, Frimpong looking for Salah, can't quite get there. Then they're going back to Pickford. Right, Big ball forward. The centre-backs are definitely more isolated in the system with the wing-backs pushed further forward, which you'd expect. Right, Florian Wirtz. Looking for support. Getting to Frimpong. Whipping it in. Looking for Szoboszlai. Oh, my word, that is close. Wirtz. Poor from Wirtz. He's still not been terrible, but those strikers, considering I've got players right by them, are looking mightily isolated, aren't they? Szoboszlai's not had the best of games either. Right. Ping-ponged around a little bit, and now here come Everton. Robertson has just left such a gap here. Okay. I think I'm going to make the change now because I think it was a mistake to do it. It's trying to get the best out of Frimpong, but we can get the best out of Frimpong without having to compromise the rest of the formation. Right. I think I'm actually going to change Endo to a halfback as well. To have him really marshal the back line. Gravenberch, I don't mind getting a bit further forward. Right. Ndaye goes out wide to Mikolenko. Again, we know we're going to be giving up the room out wide anyway. I tell you what, Florian Wirtz, that's ridiculous. So Robertson getting fouled over on the other side, that doesn't matter. But that one, happy with that. Happy with that. Right. Corner. Szoboszlai to take. Whips it in. Looking for the head of someone. Branthwaite gets to the end of it. Wirtz now on the outside of the box with it. Goes back to Endo. And Mohamed Salah has turned that in. That's a lovely little finish there that was very unexpected. But Mohamed Salah has made... It's been checked for VAR. I think it's going to be given because he didn't say disallowed straight away. It has been given. Excellent. It's a shot from Endo. I mean, it starts here. Wirtz with the ball. Back heels it to Endo. The shot. And Salah just kind of helps it on its way in. So maybe it's going offside initially. But Salah just had the peace of mind just to be like... Peace of mind, that's the wrong phrase. You know what I mean. The awareness, we'll go with that. You have the awareness to do that. Right, we start with another highlight with us in possession. Kanate, Gravenberch. Endo, interestingly, is now over here and not in the middle of them because he is playing obviously as a centre-back as a defensive midfielder on the side. Gravenberch now into Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai with the long shot. Pickford saves. We are definitely looking a bit more comfortable now that we've made those changes. And Frimpong and Robertson having good games as well. And that is half time. Right, this is where it all went wrong last time. So, we'll address the team. We'll say that. Let's just go into the second half. Didn't it again? This is what I did last time. So, what is stopping us from progressing? Something clearly is, isn't it? Something is clearly stopping us from progressing here. I don't know if this is a known bug. But there's something that's not working. I've actually opened up the bug thing here. A quick check just to see whether I can see anything. FM freezing when starting second half, so I found it. Okay. Now I've not had this happen yet until today. It's very interesting to see that it is a known issue as well. It is being looked at. That's a good thing. Well, we'll instant result it because we have to. There's no other way to get through the game. Really, really weird. And what ended up happening? We won 2-0. Okay, we'll take that. Well, we gave it a go. We tried to play the game properly. Mohamed Salah ended up getting another goal in the 93rd minute, and that puts us up to third, which is good. It feels like a bit of a hollow victory that we Not to end it like that, but win's a win, I suppose. Win is a win. A couple of goals for Salah as well, which is definitely good. Brilliant. Well, I mean, it's a disappointing way to win the game, but I suppose the key thing is that we won it. We'll take it. So to keep an eye on Alisson. So he wants Alisson. Okay, interesting. We'll say we're not prepared to comment. Just to leave something for the news to talk about in this universe. A little bit disappointed by that. Now, I think actually that is the last game. No, we've got QPR. Well, okay, we'll tell you what. We'll play the QPR game and then that'll be the final game of the stream. Which, it's been nice. It's been nice coming back to streaming. It has been a while. Again, as I mentioned, this was going to be my beta save, but various things this week have kind of changed the plan. And we're going to move it to Twitch instead. We'll do a season at least, and then we'll move on to something else, I'm sure. But I've enjoyed myself. I've enjoyed myself today. I mean, again, it's one of them. It's been a while since I've streamed, so the audience that I did have was gone. So we'll work to try and build that audience up once again. But again, this is a hobby for me more than anything, so fully appreciate anyone who watches this either live or any kind of replay, or even if I put it on YouTube. Right, let's get ourselves to this next game, see what we've got to work with. I'd love to recall Harvey Elliott. Do we have the ability to recall him? No. I still can't believe in real life, as an Aston Villa fan, I cannot believe that they sent him to us on loan. He's such a good player. Right. Fitness test. Team selection. Well, let's change you and change you. And let's change you again. QPR. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to, for this game, we're going to go attacking. I don't like the fact I can't click that tab. Quite annoying. Changes to our starting 11. Are we going to make any severe is the wrong word. Are we going to make any significant ones? I don't necessarily know whether we are. Start Gomez. Tell you what, we will start Gomez. Mamadashvili can start as well. Alisson did have an injury, and actually when Mamadashvili started, he did a pretty decent job, so I'm quite happy with giving him the opportunity. I'm going to give Salah a rest. And we're going to start Gakpo as the channel forward. Ekatike can have another game. Just get his fitness levels back up. So Bosley ended up having a decent game. Well, this is average rating, isn't it? So I don't know whether we did have a decent game, actually. I won't start Hinselwood. McAllister needs to start, though, so we'll put him in for Gravenberch. And he can have a game sitting in front of the defence. That will be a nice one to ease him back in, actually. And Kakers, I probably need to give another game to. So we'll start him as well. So there's a bit of rotation there. So that's the 11. It's going to be Mamadashvili in goal. Frimpong, Van Dijk, Gomez and Kakers. I keep saying Kakers. It's not that. It's Kirkez. Kirkhead in defence. Then we've got McAllister and Endo as the defensive midfielders. Verts and Szoboszlai as the attacking midfielders. And Gakpo and Ekatike are going to be the strikers. Although I am thinking Curtis Jones should probably have a game. And I'm thinking instead of Szoboszlai. Let's be an advanced playmaker, which is what Verts is doing. But Verts is going to stay doing that. Because last time out, how did he do last time out in the end, actually? Performance. It's the wrong things to do. Performance, form, Everton, 6.7. Didn't have the best of games, to be fair. Okay, well, hopefully he'll have a decent game in this one. Because before we restarted that last game, he did a really good job in Everton when we got to half-time. And then, obviously, the game did what it did. Then we restarted, only to find out the game did what it did again. So, hopefully, it's not going to do what it does again. Or I'll tell you what we need to do. Out of possession. We'll make Gomez a covering centre-back. Yeah, that's going to be a thing. We'll just have one who's going to be a covering centre-back. Team instructions, I think we're pretty good with everything. We'll increase the tempo a little bit. Try and get a bit more urgency and everything. I'll tell you what. We'll have that back to balanced. Okay, defensive line much higher, but we'll have that balanced. We'll press a bit more as well. Okay, yeah, we'll go with all that. Right, give it a go. Likely to be the final game of the stream. And again, this has been more of a get back into the swing of things stream more than anything. So if anyone, again, has either watched this live or has been watching it in some form of replay, then I do appreciate it. Very much so. Right. Let's get into it. Again, warping through that wall like nobody's business. Kick things off. Here we go. Now we are set up as a very, very attacking team today. In fact, I didn't set this up to attack. I've left it on positive. I just realised. And also, something has clearly happened here. Although the game is still actually happening in the background. So okay. We're missing something here, aren't we? I've not experienced many bugs, but these are the first ones that I've ended up having, and it's starting to get a bit infuriating. Right, okay. We may have just reset everything. Give that a go. Let's see if we get a highlight coming here. We're on top in the early goings, which is good to see. There we go. So we managed to reset it a little bit, which is good. Right. QPR with the ball. See whether we can get a goal off them. Right. Verts goes out wide to Frimpong. Frimpong goes around his man beautifully. Chips it forward to Florian Verts. That's wonderful. Ekatike's offside. Really good play, but then Verts has to pass it to the offside player, which is disappointing. Not the end of the world. It's still early on, but I thought we cracked the code with Verts then. Verts is really about to kick the ball there. Right, here we go. Did I start? Oh, I did start with Jones. I was going to say, I forgot that we put Jones in the starting 11 for a second there. I probably shouldn't be because he's not long come back from injury. Right, Verts now gets the ball. Floats it in, looking for Curtis Jones. Can't find him, but he is going to come to Kirkhead. Went for the shot. I don't know why he went for the shot there. Should be trying to cross that in. But I like the fact that we are pushing forward here. It is nice to see. Right. Here we go. Can we get the ball off of them? Van Dijk heads it to McAllister. Out wide to Frimpong. Into Verts. It's getting a lot of the ball here, which I'm liking very, very much. Be nice to see if he can do something with it. Right, McAllister into Gomez. Gomez. Goes all the way back to Mamadashvili. Into Van Dijk. Van Dijk now, back to Gomez. Endo playing just to the side as that extra centre-back while we're attacking. Frimpong now running forward. Gets it to Kirkhead. Goes for the shot. Again, don't know why he's going for the shot, but it doesn't matter because Hugo Ekatike, with only his second start for the club, has made it 1-0 in the 13th minute, which is good to see. I'm very happy with that. Don't, again, quite know why we're going for a shot there, but I'll take it. And 1-0 makes me a happy chap. 2-0 to make me even happier though. So let's get a second, shall we, boys? Right, Frimpong headed to Gakpo. Gakpo. Come deep here. Looking for options. Couldn't find them. McAllister into Frimpong. Frimpong went for it himself. Shouldn't have done that, really. He loves going for goals. And Kirkes, I tell you what. Right. You. Shooting. No. Stop it. No shooting for you. Frimpong's just as bad, really, so far. Right, it's whipped in. Oh, unlucky there, Virgil. Very unlucky. Says Birch isn't having the best of games on a 6.7. I think he's been better than that, personally. But that's my opinion. Doesn't mean it's right. Right. QPR looking to get something going here. Again, it is only the 1-0. Second goal would make me very, very happy. Curtis Jones does a great job there. And now Cody Gakpo is through. I was going to say it should be 2-0, but I didn't want to jinx it. But it is now 2-0. Ekitike involved as well. And that is more like it. We'll be ending with a victory from the looks of things. I hope we get a second half from this particular game. That'd be lovely. Right. Ekitike with the assist as well, which is good to see. So those strikers doing a good job. Jones doing some good work in there. Vert's a little bit understated here today. I tell you what, let's... I want to do that. Let's go back off of him. Like Kirkes looking for Endo. Couldn't find him. I didn't realise DeSiglio has ended up at QPR. That's crazy. Career he's had, he's ended up at QPR. No offence, QPR fans, but you know. That is a bit nuts. Right, can we get the ball off him here, boys? No, but Mamadashvili makes the save. Right, what did I want to do? Vert. I want to change you. Go back to your free roll. We're going to see the second half in here. Keep him standard. You know what? We'll do the rest of this once it goes to half time. So I want to have a go and just see if we can do something a bit different with him to get a bit more out of him. We've dominated that first half. 2-0 is a decent score, but I'd like another goal, to be honest with you. Right, individuals. Verts. Let's say I'm not happy with him. I'll say the same to Endo as well. McAllister will say you're not that bad. And we'll tell you keep going. Right, tactics. Team shape. In possession. Vert. Free roll. We want you to do your free roll because that's what you're best at. I'm kind of happy for him to do what he wants. Crossing. I don't really want him to cross the ball. We'll say standard. Running direction. Now let's have him at standard with that. Attacking width. Keep him at standard. Shooting. I'm quite happy for him to do what he wants. Runs. Say make more runs. Passing strategy. Yeah, we'll do that. See what that does with him. Hopefully he does a decent job. I'm going to take Endo off actually for Hinselwood, and we'll give Hinselwood a game. He doesn't really like being a half-back, but he can play as a centre-back, so I'm not too unhappy with giving him that role. Goes to a wide centre-back, so I don't mind it too much. Right. Okay, we kick off. We're more success here than we did with the Everton game on 2 attempts. So we've actually got the second half today for this game. Right, Kirkes. Go short to Gakpo, into Van Dijk, into Gakpo again. I tell you what, we had a nice little set piece routine there. It's unlucky that he didn't work out. Right, Endo. Why is Endo still on the pitch? I didn't save it. I didn't save the changes. Right. Need to remember to click this down here, and I don't do it. Right, Endo off. Hinselwood on. Was the change. And Vert, we didn't really do much with him. Other than roam from position. And have him be more direct. Oh, make more runs as well. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Confirm. There we go. Can't believe we didn't hit that properly. Right. Let's see. What can we do? Bertz doesn't look like he's having a better game, actually. So it looks like we made him worse. Although he's getting a bit better now. Right. Come on, boys. Let's see if we can get a third. Just to finish things off. That'd be lovely. I'm very defensive, which you would expect them to. What I am actually going to do, with that in mind, is change to go to fullbacks, and we're going to up the tempo, get at them a bit more. We're going to take off pass into space. We'll carry on. Because there's not going to be much space with the way that they're defending. So let's take off pass into space. And be a little bit more direct to the players who we want to get it to. And try and run through them. Right, Van Dijk. Into Frimpong. Over to Van Dijk again. To Gomez. Jones. XTK's gone for a long shot. Nardi's had to make a really, really good save there. Definitely not getting the best out of Verts here. I'm going to change to an attacking midfielder for the rest of the game. And just see whether maybe having him just a bit freer just as an attacking midfielder maybe benefits him a little bit. It's actually gone up to a 7 almost immediately. Which, you know, don't take too much from that. But that could be an indicator that maybe just he's a bit freer in that role now. Right, Nardi launches it forward. Ball through here for QPR. Opportunity. But they waste it. It's going to be dangerous here. It's actually going to be a corner. So let them have that. Hinselwood has not had a good time since he's come on. We're going to change him back to a defensive midfielder. Have a quick look at the bench and just see what we've got. No one other than Chiesa who could do with some football. So I'll tell you what. We'll take Gakpo off for Chiesa. And I'm just looking at fitness on the starting 11. Van Dijk really probably should be rested. So I'll tell you what I am going to do. Oh, I didn't put him on the bench. We had one of the youngsters on the bench, but I've obviously not done it. I'm sure I remember doing it. We'll bring on Konate. So that way at least both Konate and Van Dijk haven't played a full game. Right. Carry on. See what we can do. Shout out to Curtis Jones, actually. He's done really well. Again, he's not long come back from an injury, so really impressed with the performance he's put in today. I would like to see that third goal, though. Bit disappointed we've not been able to trouble him in front of goal. But bear in mind, Gakpo probably better as a winger. Ekitike has barely played for us. Verts has still been finding his feet. And Chiesa hasn't played for us at all. And he's on today as a sub. So, you know, that attack. And also, Jones has had an injury as well. He's been getting back into form as well. So, bearing all of that in mind, I think the lads have done pretty well today. And also, I keep changing the formation, which doesn't help. But we've looked dominant today. It's just we've not been able to convert our dominant play into a lot of goals. But on another day, I think we would have done. And they've played very defensively as well, so bear that in mind too. Right, can we force a third? Ball through, Curtis Jones, wide. We've had a few chances like that. We need to be a bit better at that, but it's fine. winning is the most important thing, and a good performance is as well. And it has been a good performance. We've dominated them as we should have done. Yes, we haven't got as many goals as we'd like to have, but we've kept a clean sheet and we've won the game. And that is the most important thing. And the performance was good, just we didn't get as many goals as we would like to. Can't always get the goals that you want to. Now, I believe that we have got Crystal Palace next. Do we go to Crystal Palace? I thought there was a big international break coming up, but there clearly isn't. I'll tell you what, we'll do Crystal Palace and we'll end things after Christmas. We're not going to go to Christmas tonight. We're going to end things after Christmas Palace. That Christmas Palace, why do I keep saying that? We're going to end things after Crystal Palace. That's what we're going to do. What I am also going to quickly do as well is change my boy, or invert, to attacking midfielder, because that clearly worked last time. It was a much better performance from him. His average rating hasn't been good. That rating in the last game was a bit better. I'm also going to change Endo to a defensive midfielder as well. We don't need to do what we were doing. Gravenberch, I am just wondering whether maybe... I want to change it to one of these, but I don't want, whoever it is, to end up like overcrowding this area here, because that's what could end up happening. Maybe a box-to-box playmaker. I've not tried a box-to-box playmaker yet. Gravenberch has been doing a decent job there, and to be fair, in the last game, McAllister wasn't terrible. I don't know. Right, injury situation. Conor Bradley, how you doing? 2 days. Right, he's back. He's not necessarily going to be starting, but he's back, which is really good to see. Leone's the one I thought I'd put on the bench in the last game. I clearly hadn't, though. Right. We'll have a full look at the starting 11 when we get to the game. And I might have a look at tactics and see if we need to tweak anything. So Bosley is unhappy upon this not. You've barely given me any time. He's literally barely given us any time for this contract. We did the contract before the Everton game. And then we had to replay the Everton game because it didn't let us continue the second half. And they didn't again, and we just had to skip the game and just simulate it. Right, what do you want? That's not too bad. Yeah, that's great. Okay, I'll be happy with that. Right, actions. What's interesting is, because I've actually not done the contract this time straight away, his demand is lower. Interesting potential tip. Let it go to the unhappy promise not kept and then apologise. And then if it works, you might be in this position where you end up paying less, because I had to give him a £200,000 a week contract. So we're not giving him much more. Even these are lower. I'm going to put that up a little bit. I'm going to put that up a tiny bit, and I'm going to put that as well. I'm going to give him a bit more of almost everything. I'll lower that a little bit. Fabulous. That's actually worked out for me, the fact that I forgot to do it. Because again, I did it before the Everton game. If you weren't watching when the Everton game was on. The Everton game had a bit of a problem in terms of we couldn't start the second half properly. And well, the issue with that was very clear, obviously. So we then restarted the game, couldn't do it the second time, so we ended up having to just simulate it. But the second time I did it, I didn't do it with the contract negotiation, and the contract negotiation I did in the first instance was much higher than that. So there's a tip. Get you a cheaper deal potentially. Who knew, right? And again, if you have been watching, I know I've said it before and I keep saying it, but thank you. I do appreciate it. What I would say is I do need to have a tweak on my OBS settings. First time I've ever actually streamed on OBS. I used to use Streamlabs OBS or Twitch Studio. It's the first time I've ever done it purely on Twitch, which is what I use obviously to create my YouTube videos. A bit different for me actually. But I have enjoyed this stream. I've just enjoyed, to be honest, even with not anyone in chat, I've just enjoyed rambling, to be honest with you. Rambling away while I've been playing. Right, Crystal Palace we should be able to beat. I mean, we beat them in pre-season. Quite comprehensively. I say pre-season, it was the Community Shield. So I class it as pre-season. Whether it is or not is another matter. We didn't completely do all of these, did we? Because we did them just for the last game. So let's have a look. Right, so tempo will raise up. Happy with the passing to be standard. Happy with that. Happy with that. Happy with that. Happy with all of that. Dribbling. Leave that. Patience, I'll leave those two for the time being. I'll keep low crosses on. That does seem to be working for us. Supporting runs, I think I have already done that. Yeah, both flanks, that's fine. Dribbling. That was on the other page as well. Progress through the middle. Passing to space. We'll keep that for the time being. And they're all fine. However, what's our Crystal Palace looking like formation wise? That's what should be coming up with this, and it's not doing it. So, can we see Crystal Palace's formation here? Team report opposition. They're not having a good season at all. Formation analysis. So they tend to go with this. So actually, I think we go with distribution fullbacks for this one. I think we do that. So, in terms of the starting 11, I think we're going to go with this. I think this is probably the one to go for. Keep Vert as an attacking midfielder. The Bosley is a channel midfielder on the side, although Jones did do a good job and there is an argument to start him. Endo will continue as defensive midfielder with Gravenberch next to him. I'm going to give Gravenberch a go as the box-to-box playmaker, and we'll see whether that does anything to the way that we play, because I feel like this is a player who needs to get further involved, whoever it is, because it's going to be him, Szoboszlai or McAllister. So whoever it is needs to be more involved than they currently are, and that would definitely do that. Bradley's on the bench so we can get him some football. Chiesa and Gakpo need some more football as well. Isaac is obviously still injured. I think we just go with that. Let's do it. Final game of the stream. Was going to be the last game. This is definitely going to be the final game of the stream. Haven't done any player instructions on this one as well. I'm going to say that one. We're favourites and I want us to play like it. And we'll go with that. Right. Let's see what we do. We're away from home today, so bear that in mind. But we should be more than good enough to win this. Right, Frimpong's gone down injured. Is he actually injured? He is, and that's a bad injury as well. Right, well, he's just come back from injury, but I don't really want to bring Conor Bradley on straight away. I'm going to go for Joe Gomez. Early change. Forced into it, by the way. Tricker2640, thank you very much for the comments. You're playing Palace, Defo and L. For me or for them, because we beat them in the Community Shields. So I would argue we've got form on them. So but that is just me. also noticing as well that my chat should be appearing, but it's not. So something's clearly gone wrong somewhere on my settings, which is always fun. Now, you see, you've jinxed me now, Tricker, because played really well in the last game, and now we're not. Which is not ideal. Although we do have a free kick here, so Bob's like to take. Oh, he says with the save. Quite comfortable in the Community Shield as well, so we should really be winning this one without any problem. Now, why is my... Oh, it's because I've not got it turned on, that's why. There we go. That's why it's not working. There we are. Move that around there. Oh, we just scored, by the way. In real life, Liverpool couldn't beat their way out of a paper bag. Well, that's the point of the save. You've kind of nailed it right there, to be honest with you. I should point out I'm not a Liverpool fan. But I thought, you know what, they've had a poor start to the season. Let's give them a chance. So you've seen through me there, Tricker. You've seen through me. Right, 1-0. We've gotten a foothold on the game eventually. It's taken a little while to get there, but we have got there. Let me just... a bit too short. In possession, that looks like a good formation of Liverpool. To be honest, there's been a lot of trial and error in the first few games of this season. We started off with the diamonds, and that did look good until we played Arsenal, and then it looked all kinds of not good against Arsenal. So then I've been kind of just toying around with things to begin with. So in possession, that works well. I mean, out of possession, it's literally just that the attacking midfielders drop back. That's all the difference. Robertson into Wirtz. I tell you what, Wirtz, he's not had a good start apparently, but that would have done the world of good. We're getting done on the counter though, so we might need to have a look at our out of possession tactic. They're doing us on the counter. We are pressing quite highly, so maybe we need to not do that, or maybe we need to be a bit more cautious. High risk, high rewards is the way that I like to play, and at the moment it looks like the reward might not necessarily be all there. Right, that is half time. We do lead at half time, which is good, but they have come at us a little bit. I mean, they're in and out of possession formation. I think is pretty much the same as each of them. If we have a quick look, yeah, they don't change. Right, let's say that one now against Everton. Tricker, we did have the bug. It's interesting you could say that it's very hot and cold. We had the bug, which is apparently a thing looking at the SI website, where we started the second half and the game wouldn't start. Everyone was just frozen in the spot against Everton. I actually stopped the game, restarted it, and it still had the same bug. Hasn't happened since, touch wood, but so we're hoping that that's not going to happen in this one. Now, out of possession, we are getting caught on the counter. So, I'm just wondering. Have a look. We're obviously very narrow. So, I mean, these guys should be here. It's probably Gravenberch pushing forward is what's causing the issue. And actually, that's probably what's not helping Wirtz as well. Because Wirtz, when he was playing well, was going out wide. So actually, let's change Gravenberch back to a deep line playmaker, because that will stop him from going so far forward that when we're out of possession he's having to try and track back. That feels like the right thing to do. Have you had that one? Have you? It's the first time I've had it since the game started, since I've been playing the game. It's not been that long obviously, but it's the first time I've had it and I was like, what is going on? So that was interesting. Don't want to take Wirtz off yet. There's a good performance in him. We just need to give him the opportunity. Gravenberch, though, has had a shocker. But then we have been playing him out of possession. So, out of possession. Out of position. So, I'll tell you what. I am going to take him off. I'll bring on McAllister, who actually, I think, would be good as the box-to-box playmaker. But I'm not going to risk it. We'll keep it as it is. I'll keep everything else as it is at the moment. We're not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Let's carry on. Oh, it's done it again. It's done it again. That's 2 games today that this has happened on. Not back-to-back games. These 2 Premier League games, which is quite interesting. Although it didn't happen in the Burnley game, which was the first one we started the stream with. So Right, okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's instant result it. See how it goes. But I am tempted to restart again and see whether it's a bug that can sometimes be sorted with that. We've actually ended up winning that one 3-0. TK with a goal, and Verts did get a goal as well. I mean, that actually helps us in terms of Verts actually having a decent performance. So I'm reluctant to replay, but well, I'm reluctant to replay for multiple reasons. One of the reasons being the last time we did replay, the exact same thing happens. Tell you what, let me save the game. Let me see when the last autosave was. Because the last autosave was just before it. I might replay it just to see what happens. And then if it doesn't do anything, then we'll just carry on with the save that we've currently got open. Let me have a look. Yeah, that would have been it. Done a few tactics tests with Chelsea. Yeah, it feels weird, this FM. Like, I'm really enjoying it, but I feel like you almost have to forget what you knew about tactics to a degree. So there is a bit more testing. I mean, this save, it's my beta save. It was going to be my YouTube save. I've ended up changing tack, and long story short, not that you've asked for my life story, but I used to stream relatively good amount, but then I kind of moved just to YouTube due to various reasons. And this save was going to be my YouTube one, but again, for various personal reasons, this has ended up becoming my Twitch one, while on YouTube I'm going to do a Birmingham City one. And I kind of feel like this is going to be the learning one. This is the one where I'm just going to throw stuff around because I don't really care about it as much. By the way, I don't know whether you dropped a follow as well. I've just noticed my follows did go up. I don't know if that is yourself or someone else. If you did drop a follow, thank you. If you didn't, why didn't you? I'm joking. I'm joking. But yeah, this is going to be the one where I think we're going to do a bit of learning. I mean, I would never use a 4-2-2-2, typically. Don't like cheese of being able to sell your clauses. Yeah, I mean, you could sort of do that to a point, the previous ones, but they have kind of, I mean, I've not delved into that just yet. But it is a little bit, you know, we'll have a look at it actually, because I've not had a proper look at this. I know it's a thing. So how much could I actually make? How do you actually do it? I've not actually looked at this yet. So, I mean, you can sell your clauses normally. It said there, the previous page, let me close this. It said, available to sell, total value 154. So, tell you what, I can really make some money. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be particularly doing that. Unless I absolutely need the money, Sue. Unless I desperately am like, I really, really need to. I'm going to kind of pretend that that's not there for the time being. Yeah, I don't like it. I think that's made it a bit too easy. But then, I don't know, is it realistic, I suppose? Is that a thing that clubs can actually do? I don't like the chat being there. I need to find a good place for the chat to go, and I haven't really found it yet. And I need to find good colours for it, and I've not really found that either. At the moment, it can go over there. Well, I might end up just hiding the chat. Do you know what? I'm going to hide the chat. Not because I don't like having it on there. I just can't find a decent spot for it with how FM looks. And that's the main reason. Right. So let's give it one more go. I do feel a little bit cheesy because I am using some of the information we gathered in the last game. So just have a quick look at everything here. Defensively was the big thing, wasn't it, that I was going to look at. It was changing you to a deep line playmaker. That was the big one, wasn't it? And I think everything else we were kind of like is probably okay. Be careful if you ever do Liverpool and Newcastle friends save, because Newcastle can get 90 million from Liverpool. Wow, really? Wow, okay. That's a broken feature. That's a really broken feature. I kind of respect it, like, but that is really broken. My God, that's kind of nuts when you stop and think about it. We're gonna pass to the fullbacks because I'm pretty sure they were playing without wingers. Right, out of possession. Stopping crosses. We're pressing quite high. We'll stick with higher, and I'm going to take off step up more to balanced. Now I'm going to press a bit more. In fact, no, I'm going to leave the pressing as it was. Okay, let's just go to the match, and let's see whether we can get through to the... I had a feeling you might be purely from the fact you were doing like testing tactics with them. Saying that, I'm doing a Liverpool save and I'm not a Liverpool fan, so that's a really, really silly assumption. But how do you feel about how Chelsea have started the season, Tricker? What are your thoughts on your club? How do you think they're doing? I don't really have many thoughts, to be honest with you. That sounds really bad. I'm a passing football fan. I'm more of an FM fan than I'm probably a football fan. You think poorly? I mean, how? I'm just going to search the Prem table. Check where you guys are. Yeah, it's not great, is it? To be fair, what ain't great is my club's Villa, and we're just above you. I think it's one of them where you can win things with kids, but A, it needs to be the right kids, and B, you need to have the right manager to do it. I actually think you've got some cracking players, and I think you've got a decent manager, but I actually think Chelsea have a similar issue to Man United in that it's not the manager, it's not the players. I think with the ownership of the club and what's happened with it, because people will say what they want about Roman and about, you know, the political nature of everything around him owning a football club in the kind of time period that he owned it and when everything happened. But he ran a tight ship at that football club, and the culture completely changed when he went and Bowley came in. And I think that it's similar, although Man United, it's not the same story because the ownership was already there. It was being held together by the consistent manager. Whereas with you, everything was being kind of held together by the consistent owner who knew what he was doing. I think that's a huge part of it. I do also agree with your point in terms of leaders. I think you have got a couple of leaders in the squad. But I think, yeah, I think it probably is too much too soon. I think it's very much, the best description I heard was, it's like the manager's playing Football Manager. As you said as well, manager learning on the job. I think sometimes some managers will learn on the job, but they'll get it straight away. And I don't necessarily know whether I'd say that's the case with your manager, but I think your manager actually is a pretty good one. But just, it is literally an embarrassment. Oh, we've conceded in this one. Don't like the fact that we're losing. I really don't like it. Oldest Statfield player is Tosin 27, which is kind of ridiculous. You do need that experience. But what I will say is if you can keep all of those players there and you get like a decent season or two and you keep the manager, you've got a manager with all the potential in the world, you've got players with all the potential in the world. Let's say you add 1 or 2 properly experienced players in, all of a sudden you end up with a young team who can beat up everyone. But the problem you've got is you've got to wait until that happens. And is the manager going to get that time, or the player's going to get that time? I'm gonna lie, we have so many injury issues, it's crazy. We have players playing with injuries. Yeah, I mean, it is crazy. And you look at, and again, you look at kind of the youngsters. Those youngsters, are they playing too much maybe to begin with? Or, you know, should you have the experienced players in and then should be rotating those youngsters in and out? Going back, I don't know how old you are, but like, I'm thinking Michael Owen played way too much when he was young, and look at what happened the rest of his career. Should have got Mark Gueye. These are some of the players that we've got. Yeah, wasn't Gueye once upon a time a Chelsea player anyway, or am I making that up? I've got in my head that at some point, not necessarily saying that he played properly for Chelsea, but Mark Gueye, I'm sure, didn't he start in like the youth team for Chelsea or something? Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah. Never made a first team appearance though. I mean, it's unfortunate because you had a real player there. It'd be great though if you could get him. Although, I mean, you know, it looks like we know where he's going, but if you could get him, tell you what, great player for your homegrown stuff. Really, really great player for your homegrown stuff. But then the problem is, has he got his heart set on somewhere else? Well, you know what? It's interesting though, because obviously everyone thought he was going to Liverpool. He's made it clear that he's going to be leaving. But is it going to be Liverpool now? Because Liverpool obviously were the team to go to, but all of a sudden they're not having a great season so far. Will that have changed his mind? I'm so disappointed that Wirtz has had a bad game. Let's pop him back to Playmaker. Tell you what, let's swap Gravenberch and Ender around just so we've not got 2 Playmakers on the same side. Bosley's not having a terrible game. Ekatike has not been great, but he's not had the service. This could all be a moot point, by the way, because if we can't play the second half, although we are losing in this game, I will just load the other save up, because that was the whole point of doing this, was to see if we can play the second half. So although we're losing, although if we can play the second half, I will keep this. I've got some integrity, not a lot, but I've got some, you know. Right, Frimpong, he's not had a great game. Actually, he's been all right, to be fair. Right, we're going to go attacking in the second half. First of all, we're absolutely going to go attacking. No, we've already made those other changes. Let's go with that. Let's see whether we can get it going. Right, well, I've got to keep this save now, even though we're 1-0 down, which is really annoying me. Because we won the other one, and Wirtz got a goal. That's actually really annoying. But it is what it is. Right. Second season running, our best goalkeeper is out on loan. Yeah, I mean, it is weird looking at. We might have a penalty here, by the way. Hold that thought. We might have a penalty. I did have a penalty a couple of games ago, and it did get saved. Right, we have a penalty. I'm assuming it's going to be Salah to take. I'm pretty sure he's our penalty taker. Give me Martinez every day of the week. Yes, Mo Salah. Right, 1-1. We're back in it. I'm very blessed as a Villa fan to have that man in our goal, even though he looked like he was going in the summer. And it looked like there might be issues around the fact that he didn't go. And I think United made a huge mistake not getting him, to be honest with you. But a proven top-level goalkeeper who, yes, isn't necessarily going to be good for longevity necessarily. He is 30, I think, or 31 maybe. But goalkeepers typically go longer than outfield players anyway. So you'd get him for 3 or 4 years, I would say. I mean, United had Van der Sar for years. Does Torres centre-back still play at Villa? Yes, he does. I mean, we've got a good kind of trio of centre-backs. We obviously only play with 2. We play 4 at the back. But we've got Konsa, we've got Mings, who kind of have been the preferred centre-back pairing for kind of every manager, really. Disallowed. Oh, it's a shame. But Torres is definitely quality, and I think he was a steal to get him when we did. Mings Ipswich is my hometown. Yeah, I keep forgetting he's from Ipswich, actually. I have a love-hate relationship with Tyrone Mings. I love him. He's great. He obviously had that horrendous injury. Every now and then he just does crazy stuff. But then sometimes he's just... He comes across as an absolute leader. But does some crazy stuff sometimes as well. If he was more consistent, I would champion him as being like our captain. But, because I think he's a bit more influential in terms of his vocalization than McGinn. Oh, it's 2-2. No, it's not 2-2 because we didn't have that goal count, did it? I tell you what, Crystal Palace have really done one on us. They really have. Oh my god, my changes didn't save. Right, this is another thing that's happened quite a lot of times. And these two are the wrong way around as well. Right. Inline playmaker. Defensive midfielder. Probably losing our second game here. Right. Ekatike is going to come off for Gakpo. Change number 1. But I'm going to give it a little bit longer, but not much longer. We haven't got much longer to give him. Canate is going to come off for Gomez. And then Gravenberch off for McAllister. Go with that. Right. I'm going to read that in a minute because I've seen the things you put about your save. I'm going to get to it, but we need to get an equaliser now. I mean, we are away from home, to be fair, so it's fine, but... Right, can we intercept? No, not really. Okay, we intercept Robertson. To Bosley. Back to Robertson. Chipped it forward, looking for Salah. Can't find him, but Frimpong gets it. And it's ended up in the back of the net somehow. I'm not convinced Frimpong wasn't shooting there. It's going to get checked for offside. I don't think this gets given as offside, though, because it usually comes up just saying disallowed goal straight away. But then still does all of this. Right, it is given. Okay, 2-2. Can we nick another goal? Right, Wirtz has gotten better since going to playmaker. Endo's having a half-decent game as well, which is good to see. Possession-wise, I tell you what, Crystal Palace have been better here than they were in the Community Shield. But is that us or is that them? I don't know. Right. Final change. They show VAR since update. They do show VAR since update, but it still comes up disallowed goal. Then does VAR and it's disallowed. Like I kind of wish it didn't come up with disallowed goal straight away. It takes any kind of mystery out of it. Like for me, I actually quite like the idea of waiting to see what the VAR thing says. Right, so Bosley is going to come off for Curtis Jones, who again, so far this season when I've called upon him has been pretty good. And I'm going to take Frimpong off for Connor Bradley, who is just coming back from injury, but has been solid for us since we started the season. Okay, we've already said that to them. Even though I've only just brought those guys on, that's a little bit weird, but whatever. Right, I mean, a draw, considering how we have been doing, is not the end of the day. We're already on low crosses. We're actually already on low crosses, believe it or not, because I've been recommended it so many times that I've just kind of gone with it. Right. Well, I kind of wish this game did what the Everton one did and just didn't let the second half continue. I mean, a draw away from home against Crystal Palace isn't the end of the world, but we did turn things around as well. So, I mean, we're still learning. We're still learning. I'd say we're disappointed. It's going to be a season of consolidation, I think, this. Going to be a season of consolidation. Right. Have a look. I didn't catch the XG. I kind of want to see the XG now. Palace. I mean, not the worst set of results in the world, but I mean, it's a 2-1 against Crystal Palace, 6-0 against Bournemouth. Those two games were with the Diamonds, but then the Diamonds fell apart against Arsenal. Maybe we go back to the Diamonds. I might do that in the next video and just see whether we can get the Diamonds click again. The fact that we went to St James's Park and beat them 4-1 with that Diamonds, Isak scoring as well. Might have to do that. What was the XG? I was going to look at the XG and I've just totally not done that. Right. 2-2. XG. Well, we really underperformed there, didn't we? So, you loaded your Chelsea 7 FM. Cole was injured out for the year. I did notice that on the game, actually, when scout reports came up at the beginning of this one. Vadian Fofana injured 3 months. That's good for Fofana, to be fair. Lavia injured, Mudryk suspended for a year. Can't register Disasi and Sterling until January. I mean, that is, to be honest, hectic. And you have my sympathy on that one. I nearly went with Chelsea as my beta save, to be fair, but I ended up going with... I was going to then go Man United, but then I thought, let's go Liverpool for something a bit different. Well, could have been better, could have been worse. Just to recap on what we've done today. We started with Burnley, 2-2, wasn't great. Bayern Munich, 1-1, could have been a lot worse, could have been much worse. 2-0 against Everton, eventually. 2-0 against QPR, did rotate a fair bit, but that really should have been better than that. And then 2-2 against Crystal Palace is a little bit disappointing. We still need to work out exactly what our formation, the best one, is going forward. Again, we started the season with that. I'm not completely convinced against it, to be honest with you. The only problem with it is, obviously, I'm just scared with what happened against Arsenal. So against bigger clubs, is it just not the one? And in which case, do we then maybe move to something a bit more like this? But it's untested against a bigger club, so I don't know whether that's the right thing to do. We might revert back to this for the next stream, whenever that will be. I don't know when the next stream will be just at this point. But we may go back to the Diamonds. I'll have to have a think about that. Yeah, I'll have to have a think about that. Right, now, in terms of... Oh my god, I've actually done this already, so why are you coming up? How do you easily get to the competitions that you're in? Match day. Competitions, there we go. Found it. It would be there somewhere. So, Premier League wise, how are we doing? We're currently 4th. We're only 4 points off the top, although Arsenal do have a game in hand. It's not drastically bad. By the way, look at West Ham, by the way. Goodness me. It's not drastically bad. It's not an unassailable gap, but we do need to put some work in to get better. So that's going to be the focus in the next stream. In the next stream, we're going to be playing some spicy games. Spicy game number 1, Atletico Madrid. Spicy game number 2, Chelsea. Spicy game number 3, Man United. Galatasaray, you could probably class that as a spicy game as well. We've got some difficult games in the next one. Some really difficult games. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But that is going to do it for today's stream. Again, this is the first stream that I've done in quite some time. I've mostly been focused on my YouTube stuff. Again, this was my YouTube save. Yes, I believe they do play Villa at the weekends, which is good because Villa are obviously coming off of beating Manchester City, who are also not having a particularly great season. So hopefully Villa can do the same. But yeah, this obviously has been the return to streaming, which I've been kind of planning since FM26 came out. I don't quite know what my regular schedule is going to be. If there is going to be a regular schedule, I'm going to try and do 1 or 2 of these a week where possible. And yeah, again, the big reason we're doing Liverpool on this is because I want to do a Birmingham City save, which is weird because I'm a Villa fan. However, I did say at the top of this stream, they were my granddad's favourite team, and he has recently passed, so feels like the right thing to do. Feels like very much the right thing to do. Right, enough of that sentimental nonsense. I'm going to leave you with the results that we've had today. I'm going to leave you to your evening. You in particular, Tricker, I'll leave you to your evening. Thank you very much for popping along. Hopefully we'll see you again. It's been a pleasure. All the best with your exploits in your FM save. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. So I will see you, whoever you are, anyone who's watching this, in the next stream. Go and follow me over on YouTube. Drop a subscription on there because I do release content a couple of times a week on there. And I'll see you in the future. Take care and bye-bye for now.